Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like all this time we were right. Hey freethinkers, Chandler here, and I'm coming at you with an emergency report from Project Veritas. They have gotten their hands on an FBI whistleblower who is still currently, as we speak, working for the FBI as a special agent and has come forward to Project Veritas explaining that it is true Project Veritas and other organizations like it are victims of government interference. Let's check in on this video. This tweet comes from one of the very last Project Veritas people that is still on Twitter, Matthew Tierman, and it says FBI whistleblower leaks doc showing Bureau targeting news media under sensitive investigative matters, alleges political undertakings, and reveals vast majority of FBI agents troubled by direction the agency is going. This is big.
So you've been a special agent for a number of years.
Correct.
Special agent with the FBI.
That's correct.
And you're still being paid for that role.
Yes. There's a number of very troubling things that are happening within the FBI.
What brought you to Project Veritas?
Project Veritas appears to be a victim of political undertakings, which is where this agency has gone.
You came across some information.
The file that you're talking about is background on the Project Veritas investigation that resulted in the search warrant at your premises. We don't see a lot of investigations into news organizations. It's not common to see a criminal investigation, particularly one categorized the way that this is alerting, and it's surprising based on the public information that is provided. So SIM is a classification that means it's a sensitive investigative matter. Because It's sensitive, it could be a political figure, it could be a news media organization.
Who makes the classification that we're news media?
It would usually be identified as by the case agents who are working it, and it's also done in conjunction with the chief division counsel of that field office, who's going to be the top internal lawyer. That title would normally be the name of the subject, the name of the victim, the name of the type of crime that is being alleged, if these things exist. In this case, it's restricted because even the name of the subject would indicate the nature of what was going on. CAST is an internal program in the FBI that uses sophisticated techniques to exploit cell phone data for location and for content.
Going down to Sentinel tags.
This was chosen by the people who opened up this case. They had to specifically list the threat tags that they wanted to identify. The intelligence investigation is meant for information. That doesn't require that you've done anything wrong. The DIOG, that's the governing dynamic for the FBI.
One paragraph justification for spying on anyone?
It's one of the few parts of the entire public document that you see that will be redacted. It's truly an incredible amount of power if used wrong.
What do you hope comes from your endeavor to be here and say all this?
I would hope that we could end up with a nonpartisan law enforcement agency in this country that's not doing things that seem to be inappropriate. Just you doing the job that you're told, following those orders, is to maintain your paycheck and your pension. That gives you the Holocaust. So then you end up with somebody who's willing to do something that maybe compromises their ethics.
Wow. I don't think I had ever seen anything like what I just saw right there. Coming from Project Veritas, coming from an actual FBI whistleblower who is explaining that Project Veritas has been targeted by the FBI, which we already knew, but we actually get an inside look at the documents that were responsible for them being targeted, and they were dated October 2020, which is still at the tail end of the Trump administration, which really lays a lot more credence to the theory and what people say is that Trump didn't really have full control over all of the government, and especially not the FBI, which proved many times and is still proving to this day to be nothing more than a political action wing and not anything to do with investigating nor keeping the American people safe. The question that many have is, can you continue to trust our institutions when they do things like this and are being exposed by organizations like Project Veritas to be attacking news media organizations like Project Veritas and utilizing something called CAST, which the C stands for cellular? They are tapping your phones and using it to find out what you're talking about on the phone calls and zero in on your location. We all remember the raids that happened on Project Veritas after the Ashley Biden diary thing. This is, well, it's the precursor to all of that, and it really explains how we got to where we are right now. This is a developing story, and I'm sure there's going to be even more coming soon about it, and I cannot wait to bring it to you guys. This is just getting crazier and crazier. But aside from all that, I wanted to make this quick video for you guys to all see just what's happening. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this channel. If you're watching us here on Rumble, make sure you hit that like button. If you're watching us on YouTube, also hit that like button, and subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time, free thinkers. Don't forget to spread the virus of intelligence.